Hi there, warriors, and welcome to this new live stream on the Uruguayan Heroes YouTube channel. And today, once again, with Alessandro, we talked about it in the last live stream, and we are gonna do it. We are gonna have a watch along. Uruguay away in Santiago against Chile. The pressure is off. Obviously, it's still a competitive game, certainly for Chile, but we are just gonna enjoy it. Um, and yeah, the game, the lineups. I think we will start with this before. Well, first, thank you, Alessandro, for being here once again. What is your feeling? Probably a bit weird to watch a game for Uruguay in the qualifiers and not have this pressure.
It's I don't know. I don't know. I am in a new territory. I don't know how this feels. I can't describe it to you, but it's good. It looks good, and the lineup's okay from what I see. Honestly, didn't
Yeah,
matter who we play as long as we're able to knock out Chile from the World Cup. I'll be happy.
yeah. And you know what? For them, yeah, the situation probably you are all aware. The situation is that Peru play at home against Paraguay. If they win, Colombia and Chile can score as many, win as good as they want to, but they are out, and Peru will take this fifth spot. So yeah, Chile can only go through if they win, and Peru and Colombia lose or draw, because Chile's goal difference is better than Peru. So if they draw, then they will go over them, even though they have the same points. But for Chile, obviously, this is the last chance for their star players. You know, the golden generation of them, with Alexis and Vidal especially, to get to the World Cup. And if they miss out, they miss out for the second consecutive time, which is obviously not a good reflection on your golden generation. But okay, the lineup is as following: Rochette in goal, Arajo on right back, Godin, the captain once again, starting with Coates at the back. Very good to see Coates. I think he deserves it. Viña comes in for Oliveira, who has went back to Spain with an injury. We might have seen Gacheres, but I think Viña is the right one to go with, for sure. Midfield, Torreira comes in at the base of midfield. I hope so, at least. And then Bentancur and Valverde as the probably as the box-to-box midfielders. We will see how this will go, but Valverde for sure has now with Torreira especially a lot of freedom to bomb on. And in attack, also an interesting choices from Alonso, Cavani in the number 9 position, and De La Cruz and Rossi on the wide positions. We will see how this goes. Maybe De La Cruz will play a bit like Tarasqueta, moving more centrally. But Rossi, it's his first start. It's his debut for Uruguay, so a special night for him. You said you liked it a couple of seconds ago, but your overall impression, so you like it, but maybe some more specific reaction?
I'm excited to see the midfield. I know we talked about it a lot, having Torreira really sit in front of the defense, which will liberate and give Valverde a lot more room to go forward and trigger a lot more pressing.
Yeah.
Especially that's going to be interesting to see tonight. I can see this morphing into a 4-4-2 with the Rossi and Cavani being the two strikers, De La Cruz coming into the left midfield position. I mean, he did it a lot under Tavares, so we'll see. But the fact that we're starting and it says it's a 4-3-3 off the bat is very promising because we don't see that a lot, to be honest, from Uruguay. But the defense also looks good. I would have personally liked to give Godin a break, maybe bring in Cabrera, honestly, to give him some minutes
Yeah.
alongside Guates. That would have been interesting, right? But it's okay. I understand why Godin's in there. We do need some element of experience, especially since Rochette is playing. He's very, relatively pretty new. But overall, I think it's a strong lineup. And it also shows that we have squad depth now because this is a
Absolutely,
very
yeah.
strong lineup, even though it's not all our starters.
Well, that's the thing, the national pool of Uruguay is probably as strong as it has been in a long time, at least for my lifetime following it. So yeah, before we are gonna discuss more about the game and before we're gonna watch the game because it's only 4 to 5 minutes away, just want to make clear that we are both at the moment, unfortunately, watching from a live stream. So this means that we are a bit delayed, hopefully not too much. But you know what? If a goal is scored, obviously you can be happy. But if it's scored, you don't have to spam it in the chat. Maybe because we don't haven't seen it yet. So other than that, please let me know your opinions, all your feelings about the game. Who do you think is doing well? Maybe some tactical points you want to bring up. We're open to everything. We're just gonna enjoy it, watch the game. As obviously two fans of the team, but also a bit more cool-headed, I would say. So it's gonna be interesting. So the players are at the field. So um, you're at this moment. Cavani is in my screen. Alessandro, I don't. What do you see in your screen now? So that we are on the same line, maybe.
I right now see overhead view of the stadium
Okay.
but I'm also working to get a more quicker, more updated stream onto my iPad, which is going to
Okay.
help a lot. I feel because you said you're also watching it on your iPad, right? I
Yeah,
right now I have the national anthem on my iPad.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I do have as well. I
Okay,
now
that's
see
perfect.
fans, Uruguay fans. I see in the stands, um, and some
Yep.
Chileans. Yeah, which is
I
obviously normal, but
yeah. I think this stream is very close to yours. I think only a few seconds.
okay. Well,
So that's perfect.
we will find out that anyway. So yeah.
That's
And for
perfect.
people who are still looking for a stream, you can direct message me on Twitter, and I will send you a stream, the same stream which Alessandro sent to me, so you can watch this one as well. It's a good stream. Um, a lot of pop-up advertisements, but if you have ad block, then will be no problem, obviously.
Just
But
be
yeah,
persistent. Just keep pressing that X
that's
and
the
get
way it
through it,
is. Yeah,
and then you'll get it.
unfortunately. I mean, I was planning to watch it on TV, but unfortunately, the where I live, they changed the schedule today. So yesterday I was watching. I saw okay, it's on, and then now it's Peru Paraguay, which obviously, if you're a neutral TV channel, it makes sense because this is a game with still a lot to play for. I mean, Peru is better positioned to make it to the World Cup than Chile, but it's a shame anyway. You know what? The
You would
one thing I
think
want to bring
they
up.
would show this game, but go ahead.
No. Oh yeah, this is a better game if you're probably more into South American football because it's more history and all this. But yeah, but the stadium, I'm not sure if it's for COVID restrictions. I don't think so because it's completely full. But the stadium is only 14,000 attendance, and I'm sure in previous games in Santiago we have been to the national stadium, which normally is the case. Um, do you probably you don't know it as well, but have you any idea why this is the case? Because it's a bit, yeah, it's a bit.
I
I'm
do
surprised.
think Chile still have some sort of level of COVID restrictions in the
Okay,
country. I believe so. I don't say that with 100% confidence, but I would assume that would be the reason.
yeah, it's the only reason I could think of as well. I mean, obviously with Ficino not being able to travel because the foreigners they have to be COVID negative for 72 hours for them to enter the country. This is obviously not the case with many other countries. So yeah, there probably are some restrictions over there.
And did you know something too? A fun fact as well. Now that I'm looking at the Chilean national anthem and the Chile backroom staff, do you know
Sorry.
what the? I'm right now. I'm looking at the my
Yeah.
stream. The backroom staff for Chile.
Yeah,
Do you,
there's the Uruguayan, right?
there's an Uruguayo who I don't know if you know who it is, but
No, you know what? I read it after the game, the reverse game. I read it but it's a long time ago. So I read it and Ovation an article about this, but I forgot who it is to be honest.
Iguren.
Okay, that's right, the midfielder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that's pretty funny to be honest. It's a good job for him, but I'm not sure if we will take on a Chilean. I don't think so.
I'm just happy he's employed.
Yeah,
Like
for
if
sure.
they're willing to give our guys work, good
Lasarte
for
as well,
them.
you know. I mean, Lasarte with the most beautiful inside job I've seen in recent years.
I was just about to say that this is all an inside job. This is
Yeah.
a. I'm not sure we need an inside job. I think we could beat them normally.
No, that's the thing. Someone was talking on Twitter. We talked about Chile and that they need to renew their national team, which obviously is the case. But I said to him as well, from an outsider, obviously I know less about this than some people who live in Chile or who follow Chilean football more. But the new generation is not that promising for them when you look at it. You know, I mean, Ecuador can have a lot of hope. We obviously can have a lot of hope. There are more countries with good young players coming through, but Chile, they're a bit short of promising young players coming through. So we will see. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go down to the level of, with all respect, Paraguay, Venezuela, this type of level, and that Ecuador and Peru, Uruguay, Colombia will be more. There will be a bigger cap, but you never know, obviously.
Ecuador, you could tell because they had strong performances in the Sudamericano. They came second in
Yeah,
2017 when Uruguay won. They won it after, right? So there was indications, but for Chile, you don't see those type of indications. This really tonight really is the end of their golden generation if they lose.
Yeah, that's really true. And I mean, I, I don't feel bad for them, obviously, but it's if you are Chilean and you think of these players, Alexis, Vidal, and they will probably not make their last two World Cups. That's pretty poor.
I mean, that raises a question. Would you rather win a Copa America or would you rather qualify to the World Cup?
Uh, I saw this question also on Twitter probably a few days ago. I think that's such a difficult one because obviously winning titles is what's all about. You know, that's obviously that's what you play football for, winning games and winning titles. But World Cup is the pinnacle of international football. But to be honest, I probably will go for Copa America because, you know, at most Chile have won, or Chile, the run they had in the World Cup was last 16, two times, if I'm not wrong, under Bielsa and under Sampaoli.
That's correct. They lost 3-0 to Brazil in 2010, and then they lost in penalties to Brazil
Yeah.
in 2014.
With By the way, in 2014, they were so unlucky. They should have went.
Yeah.
They should have gone through. Obviously, I remember Pinilla with his shot on the crossbar in the 120 minute. That was insane. But so the thing is, only qualifying for the World Cup. No, this wouldn't be enough to say to compensate not winning a Copa title. But for me to think, well, I would prefer World Cup is to have a really deep run. For example, the run we had in South Africa. But still, if you ask me, winning a Copa, or it's hard. The only thing I would,
It depends on who you are too, right? If you're
for sure,
if your team is Peru or Venezuela, you take a Copa America any day of the week. That means so much.
absolutely. No,
Right?
you're
So
right. You're completely right. Yeah.
it's really team dependent.
The game is on the way in my stream. I'm not sure if you're already.
I'm on their way as well.
So it's now me 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant.
I'm around the same. I'm around the same.
Brilliant. Okay. Well, let's see how this is gonna pan out. I haven't even had a look at the Chile lineup, by the way. I will have a look right now. I saw it pop up in my screen, but didn't really pay attention. So yeah, mostly the names we are familiar with. Isla at the back with Medel and Kuzevic, which I'm not familiar with, to be honest. On goal, Brian Cortés. Midfield, Joaquin Montesinos, Vidal, Pulgar, Aranguis, Suazo. And up top, Alexis Sanchez and Ben Berreton Diaz, the cult hero of Chile, obviously. So yeah.
I see a comment here too. Some guy in the Uruguayan staff is a brother of a guy in the Chilean staff. I didn't know that.
I didn't know, and it's good
know
to say because I didn't even have a look at the comments, by the way. So I won't go through them. I completely forgot. Mike Jones with the comment, well, way before the kickoff. Let's go, baby! Interesting information that is laid out for Uruguay. Yeah, absolutely. What you think? Yeah, we just had the discussion about it. I think it's positive, but obviously the match will prove if it is or if it's not. Aras Caeta not starting. Unfortunately, yeah, but rotation, I think it's a good thing, you know. And I think Darsketa, yes, in the state championship of Rio de Janeiro, they have some important games coming up. So Flamengo will probably say, well, you're already through. Can you give him some break? So that's probably the case. Juanpe says, I need a Valverde screamer tonight. Yeah, we would all love it. Certainly after the last game, in which he's, almost scored probably the goal of the qualifiers, in my opinion. Uruguay is going full Gonzalo Yara against Chile. Well, maybe not what he did, but yeah, I wouldn't mind some shithousery, to be honest. That would be brilliant.
But not at that level.
No. I mean,
that's borderline something else.
I'm all for doing absolutely everything within or just beyond the lines of the game. But that was just it was nasty. That's the way it is. And Yara, to be honest, he done it to Castro Ramirez a few years later as well. This guy, he has a fetish or something. I don't know, but
it's disgusting and it's a shame because obviously I'm not trying to defend what Suarez did in the World Cup. I mean, the biting incident is obviously terrible, but you can make an argument that was worse. But at the same time, Suarez did it on the biggest stage, which is why it received the most attention. But I'm disappointed with how little attention that received.
No, and Suarez is the most easiest scapegoat there is, obviously, for most if especially English media. I mean, what he did obviously wasn't good, but yeah, it's it's the way it is. We're we're gonna watch the game. This is another discussion. We will be on it for a long time otherwise. Okay, Chile coming in good area now, but shot
Mhm.
goes wide. 3 minutes played, no goal yet. Uruguay, I think, had some good move with Bentancur coming through, but no chances or no real opportunities as of yet. Farid Haji, hey guys. Hey Farid, good to see you here.
Good to see you.
And no, thankfully, no, this will not be the case.
I have one
Thankfully.
in my school bag. I can go get it. Don't think I think
Yeah.
it's not. Maybe if I'm calculating for Chile, not for us.
No, I mean, I think I mean, we didn't even do a score prediction. What? But okay, let's have a look. No. So promising move, but I think it's Rossi was brought down in the
Mhm.
box, but no foul, and Bentancur on the left side. I'm not gonna commentate, by the way, but just trying to, yeah. Okay, so about the score prediction. So still 5 minutes played, or not even, so we can still have a go at it. The game is not, yeah. So what is your thoughts,
You know
basically?
what? Every time I do a score prediction, it's always a little bit negative, I will admit. But in this time, since we're already qualified, I'll have a bit of pressure off my back. So I'm going to say that we win the game 2-1.
Okay, I was going to do the same, so I will stick with it 2-1 as well. And I mean, with Alonso coming in, my positivity and my optimism has certainly risen. And obviously, when you do a score prediction, sometimes you just say something which you hope, not really what you think. But with Alonso coming in, I mean, against Peru, I was pretty sure that we were going to win. And obviously, it wasn't convincing or anything, but still,
But let's also, I also recognize too that Uruguay is we're the type of team that we need the pressure to really play. We need to feel our backs against the wall to really get going.
yeah.
So games like this, where we're really, kind of not a lot of stakes, we don't historically tend to perform well in them. So I could very well see this game ending 0-0 or 1-1.
No, that's a good point you make. I mean, yeah, Uruguay do well when everything is going against them, and but when this is a game which you don't have to. But to be honest, the start has been good so far. So trying to recover possession immediately, best pressing pretty high up, and Uruguay are in possession right now. Team S, what is up, guys? Vamos arriba. It's very good there over here. Just chilling, looking at the match, no pressure. It's good for a change. Hopefully you're well. Hopefully you're doing all right as well. A16. Yeah, I'm not gonna put it on the screen, but yeah. Juanpe says 2-1 win or 2-0 win. Valverde and Rossi score. Well, judging from your profile picture, I think you're a Peñarol fan, but obviously I would love them to score as well. Valverde, because he deserves his goal, disqualifiers. Because he hasn't, he scored one goal, which was the brilliant free kick, by the way. But Rossi, on his debut, scoring a goal would be brilliant. And Juanpe again, Araujo at right back, Xavi loving it. Yeah, I mean, I don't, I don't think, and I certainly don't hope that he will play at right back for the rest of the season or anything like this, because he's a centre back, clear. But I was talking with Alessandro before we went live that even though we want him at centre back, Araujo is probably the best one in our squad. If we at right back, if we go up against the likes of Mbappe or Vinicius, because although we both love Damian, he is he's not this. He can't handle them at this moment in his career. So yeah,
I mean, he's a lot better option there than that was a good takedown by Cavani. But a better option than Cáceres, that's for sure.
yeah. I mean, to be honest, I like Ficino starting obviously over Cáceres, but I was surprised a little bit because I was thinking this is an ideal match for Alonso to get Cáceres in, because he has brought him to the squad to really keep the keep the chemistry the same, not throwing him out. A bit
What
similar to
what
Ficino.
this shows from Alonso is that he's not going to be operating strictly on sentiment
No, that's true.
oh,
We that was a nice hit, Valverde.
it's
He's
coming. It's
yeah.
overdue one.
I mean, that's the thing, he has to do it more because he has got such a good shot. Um, with Madrid, obviously, when you play with Kroos, Modric, and Benzema, you probably will be a bit shy to shoot in these angles, but for Uruguay, we have to see it more. And I think, for example, his debut goal against Paraguay, I mean, it was a huge deflection, don't get me wrong. But these are the angles or the positions he has to try sometimes.
We'll see
Because he
from
has,
this corner kick here. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Oh, that was a good chance once again, Bentancur. But worked away by Pulgar and another corner for Uruguay. Who have
I th-
clearly started.
Vidal is one of those. I'm seeing him here on my screen, but Vidal is one of those players that really I wouldn't mind having on my national team because
No,
he works and works and works and he gives it everything.
no, I mean, obviously he's Chilean, but I really like Vidal because he's a really good player. I mean, he's a bit of a madman, but I mean, when it comes to quality and the passion, he combines both so well. And his career has been fantastic. We have all seen it. A16 says gonna be humble and say 1-0 win. Yeah, I mean, we would take anything. For
Be
me,
as humble as you want. It doesn't matter.
no, absolutely. For me, obviously, I want to win, but the result doesn't is not of the biggest concern. I would just like to see some good football and progression of what we were trying to develop under Alonso. And I think the start right now, it's certainly better than we had against Peru. Certainly. So it's a good start. Uruguay keeping possession well, and whenever we are dispossessed, immediately on it. And that's good to
Exactly.
see. Um, yes, Juanpe, I think Araujo is just an exceptional physical player, besides his clear abilities defensively, tactically, and also on the ball, which is improving. But Araujo was just a beast, a physical beast. So he is better than Damian and Cáceres, I would agree. But yeah, so
You
yeah,
can
you're
you can
probably
you can really tell by Cavani. Some of Cavani's first touches are really off. You can really tell he's lacking match sharpness. I'm not sure if anybody else is catching that as well, but that's the sort of feeling I see.
no, I get what you're coming from. I mean, he is. I think he has played like 4 or 5 games from the start for Manchester United this season. So, and the thing is, I love Cavani. I'm not a bad word about him as a player, but it's clear that for United he has kind of down tools to save himself for these games. But in the process of doing this, he's probably hurt himself in the process because um, he's not match fit or he's not sharp. I think he's fit, but he's not sharp at all. Which I think the last few games, not only this international break, but also the last time, he came on, but he never made an impact and he never was really sharp or anything. And that's a shame. But yeah,
I think Venezuela has scored. I think.
oh,
I'm not
seriously,
sure. Oh no,
Peru,
no.
Peru has scored.
Peru has scored. Sorry, yeah, Peru are up 1-0 on Paraguay.
That's a huge goal for them. And do you have any preference of who will go through to the fifth spot? Peru, Colombia, or Chile?
Anybody but Chile.
No.
No,
Yeah,
I,
that's
I would,
true.
I would, I would prefer Peru. I do have a soft spot for Peru, and in particular Gareca. I think he's a terrific coach, and what he's done with Peru. Peru, this work, this project, I think goes beyond Gareca, and it starts in 2011 with an Uruguayo. The name is this Marcarian, I think was his name. The Uruguayan coach
Yeah,
brought Peru all the way to third place in the Copa America.
yeah,
Huge at the time, especially with the abysmal qualifying campaign they had to South Africa. Peru again put up a better fight in 2014, made it in 2018, and their Copa America performances have been
brilliant. I mean,
semifinals, a final. They're exceeding expectations, and Gareca's really instilled, I think, anything more than tactical, but a mental strength that I haven't seen in Peru before.
no, I think you're completely right. Peru is such a competitive team, and it's. I mean, obviously Peru have had brilliant players throughout the past, but the consistent level of being in the latter stages of the Copa, especially, and also on the brink of, not on the brink, but close to being in the second consecutive World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
That is just a brilliant job. And Jose Peckerman coming in with Venezuela, who knows what he's gonna do? He is known for building a national team, more also the youth setup of a national team, very well.
That's definitely a more long term project for
Yeah,
them. They're looking towards 2026 and even the Copa America and the next Copa America.
yeah. I mean, the thing is with this with South American countries, not all of them obviously, but a lot of them, for many South American countries, there is a lot of potential when you look at the population and the talent that mostly comes from South America to do a lot on on the youth level, because obviously this the developing of youth is not at the same level as in Europe, which is
Hmm.
normal because of the economic side of football as well. But that is something that, for example, with Ecuador, which has been going really well in the recent years, which is interesting to see with Peru now, but also with Venezuela, maybe Chile in the upcoming years. What will they do? What kind of direction will they go in? Because sometimes I think with South American teams, they take a stopgap manager. So a manager that's been around the block for a lot of years in South America, who can maybe qualify them for this World Cup or do well in this Copa America. Other than that, other than just appointing a manager who can oversee a project of over 10 years, which is, yeah, I think that's a shame sometimes. But I don't know what your opinions is about it. But Alonso, I think he will be there at Uruguay certainly for 5 years, 6 years, 2 cycles for sure. Then I think.
I think it's a little bit too early to tell. I think obviously he's earned the right to play in this World Cup, and depending on how the World Cup goes, the training camp before the World Cup, then we'll see what happens. I mean, ask anybody before South Africa, Tavares will stay for an extra 11 years. You think
No, that's
you
true.
think they would be crazy, right? So
Yeah.
it's really what happens in this next World Cup that will determine his longevity.
Oh, true. I mean, that's football is obviously very fickle, so things can change a lot very soon. So Uruguay on attack now, and it's Fina was a decent cross, but
In the corner kick.
Juanpe. No, you're right. Darwin Suarez has struggled last game for sure. Um, that's true. Farid Haji, give me that 2002 and 2006 Uruguay squad with Makarian as coach, and the squad qualifies directly. Um,
Ooh, good question. But are we talking about them qualifying directly in 2002 and 2006, or taking that squad and qualifying them today with against the current players?
I think well, let's take it as in situation when it was right then. I mean, I'm you're probably better to talk about this than me. Maybe you know more. I think the squads obviously there were players playing in good teams in Europe, but also South America. But I think the thing is the managers right back then. I think Carrasco, for example, was then not for a long time, but was there. Fossati, if I'm not wrong. So obviously the managers weren't top notch, I would say. So who knows? I think it's difficult to well, it could be the case, but it's difficult to say. It's difficult to conclude. But it's a good shout for sure.
I would
Um,
actually, the more I think about it, I think I would agree that, in particular, in that era, 2002, 2006, I think with him as coach, Uruguay would qualify directly.
yeah, I mean, when you look at, I'm trying to get it in my head right now, but the names you had back then, some of them may be a bit inconsistent, but there were, for example, the captain Paulo Montero was one of the best defenders in world football at that time. So obviously, it's not as good as the squad right now, but there were certainly possibilities if we had a better manager. And now Uruguay on the counter with De La Cruz. I'm not sure if we're on the same frame right now, but De La Cruz, but
Mhm.
Chile closed down and Uruguay back into their own half, um, controlling possession, which, well, it's a bad pass from Valverde, and now Chile on the attack.
You can tell that Chile, and you can kind of tell by the way they're passing. There's some stress,
Yeah,
there's some pressure. You can tell.
but I think also with Chile, that's not a shame because I'm fine with seeing them like this. But Chile used to be a really good footballing side under Sampaoli, and also when Pizzi came in, they did well. Obviously, they won the one Copa under Pizzi as well. But Uruguay or Chile have kind of lost this style of play throughout the years, which is a shame for them because they were probably one of the best footballing national teams in world football at one point. But that's the way it is.
Mhm.
Okay, let's have a look for another comment. Jones says, I'm impressed with Valverde kicking power. He didn't strike me as a power striker. Okay, yeah. He's always had this in his locker. And the thing is, he's just done it. Well, he should have done it more throughout the years, for Madrid especially. But he's 23. He's growing into a role of more importance for Uruguay and also for Madrid. So I think Valverde has the potential to score probably 7 to 10 or even more maybe, but certainly 7 to 10 goals a season. He should aim for this for sure because he is good. He has good arrival in the box. He does have this, if he plays like this, and he has a really good strike from distance. So yeah, and Farid Haji clearing it up. I'm referring to this team and.
Yeah, I would agree with that. In particular, when you look at the team for the 2006 World Cup qualifying campaign, obviously I wasn't around. I was like 5 or 6 years old to expose my age, so I don't know. I go off by testimony from my father and what I read online. But the team is known on paper to be one that underperformed, right? I mean, it was an underperforming team. Montero, a young Forlan, Morales, Pablo Garcia, who we all forget played on Real Madrid for a little bit of time as well. So
Yeah,
it was disappointing to go out the way they did against Australia. That was
and also, I mean, like yourself, I was probably also 6 years, something like this, during 2002, 2003. But judging from what I've read and heard, that also this team, probably because of their underperforming and some maybe the lack of commitment, which was seen sometimes, was a reason why the fans kind of lost touch. And this was recuperated by the Tabares 2010 team for sure. Um, and after the game on Thursday, also a lot of players, also Alonso, coming out with some comments about Tabares, which obviously are completely normal. We shouldn't forget what he has done for the national team. Absolutely. So yeah,
let me offer actually a piece of trivia. See if
for
anybody
sure.
knows. If anybody knows it, they can comment it in the chat. Now that you just mentioned Tavares, anybody know who scored the first goal for Tavares' second sort of spell in charge of Uruguay? Who scored the first goal under Tavares in 2006? If anybody can comment that, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna look it up in the comments. I wouldn't be able to spot it because I don't know, but you were
I
you
do. I
will.
do know
So
actually. So
yeah. Okay, A16. Maybe I'm the only one, but I would like to see Maxi Gomez playing. Um, you know what, Maxi? I think he is lucky to be in the squad. That's being honest with you because he has scored. I think it's 4 goals this season for Valencia. Last season he scored 6 or 7. As a striker, he's not been doing well. He's also not been playing well when you some players they score 6, 7 goals as a striker, which is still too little for me, but they offer a lot in their overall play. Maxi is more of a box striker, and he has to score goals, and otherwise his function in the team is not so big. So for me, I would prefer to see Darwin, Cavani playing ahead of him, but that's just my opinion. Maybe we'll see Maxi. We will see. Probably he will get minutes because I think Alonso will be making 5 subs, and Maxi will probably be on there because he was on there also against Peru. So let's see. Yeah, these are some of the names that were on the squad for sure. And Salayeta, like Juan Peses. So they were good players. No, let's not get it wrong about. Let's not get it wrong. Salayeta, I mean, that's another piece of trivia or not thing I
oh,
remember at least. He scored the goal. Probably some of you will know on here. He scored the goal which knocked out Barcelona and Real Madrid in the
mm-hmm.
Champions League. Not the same season, different seasons, but playing for Juventus. So yeah, I mean that's also I like that fact. I probably have tweeted it once because it's really a nice fact to be honest. Um, Faridachi, I was around exposing my age. I mean that's okay, right? We're all getting old. I mean I feel like it anyway. So Faridachi Puso, but he says no, not Puso because there was a sub in coach. Isn't it?
True, and that was actually a really interesting friendly, a very competitive friendly that Uruguay played with England. I believe they lost 2-1. Joe Cole scored in that game. I can't exactly remember. That was 2006 as well, which is funny because Tavares also had a very good performance against England in the lead up to the 1990 World Cup, I think in 88 or 89. But the answer to the question is Stoyanov was the player who scored the first
Okay.
goal in a
10-year-old.
friendly against Northern Ireland, 1-0, which I believe was played in the United States. So
Okay, I mean, that's one hell of a fact. Yeah, of Bentancur, good shot, but I say from the Chile goalkeeper. Game is, well, kind of flowing between the two teams at the moment. Bentancur and Valverde, but for sure Bentancur is dribbling up to the opposing half a lot of the times right now, which is something he can do very well. And yeah, we have talked about it before as well. But Torreira as the number 5 or the defensive midfielder, it's the best for me because Bentancur Valverde more freedom, and Torreira is probably more reliable defensively in my opinion. So yeah. Okay. About the game with Northern Ireland, it was a friendly, obviously. Uruguay were, well, not going to the World Cup, or was after the World Cup, I would imagine. Um, Coming up in the probably be after the summer, or maybe 2 games during the summer, will be opportunities for Uruguay to have friendlies. So nothing is clear yet about this, but for me, I would think it would be brilliant opportunity to probably have 2 friendlies for sure against big European sides, or not big, but good competitive European sides.
I would really hope so. I remember when we used some of the revenues from the 2010 World Cup to schedule friendlies against the Netherlands and Germany in the lead up to 2011 Copa America was really helpful. I mean, the Netherlands came to play in the Centenario,
So
which
yeah, I
was
remember. Yeah, yeah.
which is unheard of. They also scheduled a friendly, I think, in the lead up to the 2014 World Cup, or no, the lead up before the Confederations Cup against France.
Yeah.
Also came to the Centenario, which is now in the last 10 years to have teams like of that sort of level come to Uruguay to play international friendly is obviously huge as well.
No, that absolutely. I mean, that is pretty unheard of. I think throughout Eurocar's history to have these. Obviously, you had the if you play a World Cup or the 1981, I think 1980 Gold World Cup, which played, then these teams came over. But normally, these teams you can travel maybe, for example, like Uruguay did in 2018 to London and to Paris to play Brazil and France, but to have them at the Centenario, for me, I would find this really beautiful to see. But we will see if this can be the case. Um,
And there's something right now going on. I don't know if on your screen, Cavani talking to Alonso,
yeah, I'm seeing it right now. Yeah,
and it
yeah,
looks
yeah.
like Cavani might have to go off.
Okay.
I think there is an injury, but there's something going on there on the side, and they're talking about something. Oh, yeah, I do think Cavani's coming, and it's refreshing to see a coach up and the staff sort of really involved, right?
Yeah, and that's yeah for sure. But let's have a look now, because Cavani. I mean, yeah, he's going off. Yeah, I mean that's unlucky to be. That's really unlucky for him. Obviously, seems like he's going off anyway. I'm
Yeah,
not going to jump to conclusions, but
yeah, I think so. I think that's what it look. That's what it looks like here. The
they
Cavani will
will
be
they,
going off. That's
they will be
another
happy.
injury.
They will be happy in Manchester, I would think.
I don't know. I don't think they would. I mean, I've talked to a lot of Manchester United fans who are very fond of Cavani, and they're also very cognizant of his age and sort of the circumstances of which he came to the club. Right? I don't think
Yeah.
there's any
No,
sort of
true. I mean,
malice.
I think that they like him, like I said, a lot over there. But also, last recent weeks, months, there also has been some voices of
Yeah,
discontent.
but that's just general frustration. I think they're just trying to find somewhere to put it.
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah, and
Things do not look
also,
pretty good.
it is certainly to some degree understandable in my eyes to have this discontent because I mean Cavani hasn't covered himself in glory sometimes with the reasons of not playing, but yeah, I think he was really preparing to be at the best level and right now. But like we see now, he's going out. He's played probably 20 minutes last time against Peru, so it's not going well. The season, I mean, this season for him is going horrifically. Um, but yeah, and next season he is set to go to Spain. At least that is what is being reported.
I think it's Real Sociedad.
Yeah,
Or
I heard as well. Valverde with a really bad pass here, by the way.
yeah,
Not his
no,
first, to be
that's
completely honest, so far.
and you're gonna be happy here with the change. I think I might be a little bit ahead of you, but
Okay, let's have a look.
what do you see on your screen?
I now see Alexis. Alexis, I see now.
Okay,
28.20.
okay, I'm a little bit ahead then.
Oh, that's
That's
okay.
fine.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Suarez, okay. Yeah.
Did Oscar Washington Tavares coach the game against Northern Ireland? He did. I can say that with I think 90%
Yeah, for sure.
confidence. Yeah.
No, that's beautiful. And the thing is, I can remember back then that Tabras coming in, that he hardly could arrange friendlies against opposition in kind of the top 50 bracket of the FIFA ranking. So yeah,
Well, we'll see in a future comment. I know it's already mentioned, but Uruguay was not paid for that match against Northern Ireland. So
okay, close one. It was played in New Jersey.
yeah,
Uh, Uruguay wasn't paid for that match. Okay,
yeah.
no, yeah, yeah, like if you were confirming as well. No, I mean I can remember reading a couple of years back that Uruguay really were absolutely desperate for games and they couldn't find any. Basically, this is a good counter, but you probably already saw the outcome. Valverde in the end into the hands of the goalkeeper. Um, let's have a look. Juanpe, just remember that I went to the game against the Netherlands. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, so I think it was 1-1 and the penalties
It
at the end.
was so yeah. So Suarez, I believe, came in and no, was it Suarez? Somebody scored, and I think in the almost with like 4 minutes left. I think it was Abel Hernandez who
You could,
scored. And Suarez jumped over the shot. It went under Skeltenberg, and then it went in. And then the Netherlands went back in injury time and then got 1-1. And then we went to shootout where Palito Pereira scored the winning penalty.
okay, yeah, yeah.
So
I forgot the goal scorer to be honest, but I remember penalties and then Uruguay winning it, which obviously was a significant game, as you all know. Netherlands as the losing finalist, and also the semi-finalist, which beat Uruguay, unfortunately. Um, so yeah, so that I'm now on 30 minutes and 42.
yeah, I'm 31 exactly. And then I
Okay.
have my iPad stream that's also 30/40 right now. So I have two screens here just in case. So we're
No,
good.
that's yeah, I can understand it because sometimes it just crashes, and that's a shame.
Mhm. But so far, it's been I mean, it's an okay performance. Not much has happened. You can tell we're comfortable.
No,
We're just kind of sitting.
you can see that Uruguay are not intending to really go all out, obviously, because there's no need for it. But Chile, I mean, for a team that needs to win to have any chance, it's not. I mean, it's not really promising, to be honest. And it's so
It
yeah.
was
And
it was it was Suarez who scored
okay,
in the game against the Netherlands. I had to check that. It was
no, I
bothering me.
understand. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Obviously, no, he wasn't playing in the Netherlands. Probably he was 6 months in Liverpool, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was on Liverpool at that point.
So Argentina have taken the lead. Julian Alvarez, the River Plate sensation, and Brazil taking the lead with the goal of Paqueta. Venezuela, Colombia still all square, just like Chile, Uruguay.
So at the moment, as the results stand, it looks like Peru will go to the repechaje and they'll
Yeah,
finish fifth, and then Colombia and Chile will miss out on the World Cup.
I mean Colombia. I think they went to 2014 and 2018. Obviously, 2014 they were protagonists in the World Cup. 2018 were lucky to go out on penalties in the last 16 against England. But for me, they have they have they always have good players, but they have a good squad at this moment as well. And Luis Diaz, who I really love this player, uh, and they will be a miss. I mean, they don't deserve it. If you play 18 games and you are not there, then you don't deserve it. But I'm a bit shocked, to be honest. But the thing is, they just lacked goals in his qualifiers, which is pretty strange to say because not only the likes of Diaz or Santos Borre, who was okay, but also Luis Muriel and Dufan Zapata, the Atalanta duo, who scored quite a good amount of goals in Italy. Yeah,
We have Vidal complaining as usual to the referee.
yeah.
Not a shock there, but we're
No,
settled. I do want to see a little bit more intent in the final third, a little bit more risk with that sort of final ball.
yeah. I
It's
mean,
it's a little bit too passive right now, but we'll have to
we
see.
haven't seen a lot yet from the wingers, from the wide players for sure. Most of the danger is probably created by Valverde and Bentancur driving themselves towards the final third. But let's see now. De La Cruz,
That's good play there from De La Cruz, just to reset and shuffle off two players there. I wonder how long Cavani will be injured for. That's interesting.
yeah,
It at the moment looks like
it's muscle.
he can't go more than a month or even three
No,
weeks without getting injured, which is very concerning.
Ooh.
So
No, yeah, you're right. I mean, looked like a muscle injury once again, but that's the thing with him, Just last 3 years, constantly muscle injury after muscle injury. Uh,
that's poor from Valverde there. Just a bit ago, just losing the ball easily there.
I don't. I wouldn't say Valverde. I mean, he had some good moments so far, but there's also been some, erratic passes to say. Yeah, that's the thing with Valverde, which we obviously have to keep mention, is he is 23. I mean, that's a good age. No, that's let's not get it wrong. I mean, or let's get it right. I mean, it's not like he's young or anything, but
Oh, this needs to
he,
be a card for sure. Yeah, it is. You'll see.
okay.
Suarez gets hit pretty hard here, and I don't think it's the usual,
No, I understand what you're saying.
Suarez kind of
Nothing. Yeah,
theatrics.
yeah, it's gonna get it. Yeah, you probably saw it already, but this,
But he does it so well because he's not outright diving. There is
no.
contact, but he sells it in such a way. It's just it's great.
And the thing is, I mean, now it was a foul, and if I would look at it back, but for Suarez, um, besides sometimes not playing well for Uruguay in recent years, or certainly last 2 years, he's always remains this good quality of winning free kicks at the important moments of the game, just giving some calm to the team. For now, it's not really important because we're already through, but that is the master of the dark arts. He really is this. Yeah. Cavani is more Cavani is more honest in this aspect, which also is good, But the dark arts can play a good. Yeah, it's good for us to be honest if it's done well. Obviously, sometimes he goes over the top, as we all know, but that's Suarez. I mean, so I forgot to go to the store and get some food. So it's a shame. I'm starving a little bit now.
I'm munching a little bit on some plantain chips.
No, I mean you're absolutely right. I mean, that's stupid. I should have got it, but it's been a little bit too late now. 2 a.m. over here, so not gonna happen.
Let's see here. Alexis Sanchez, who's been so good for Chile. I mean, even when he was out of form for his club, he always stepped up for his national team.
Yeah, um, I don't know if he's not in the squad or if he's not in the bench. But Vargas obviously also is this player that whatever his club career hasn't been brilliant, but for Chile he scored so many goals and so many big goals as well. But
See, that's something we brought up in the last stream. Could Palestri become a player like that for Uruguay, right? But we haven't really seen nothing from it. I mean, he's so young, so it's obviously
yeah,
a different example, but I don't know. It's a possibility for the future.
I say what you mean. You never know, but yeah, let's hope not because it will be brilliant for him to be a big player in the club level. But
And that's a brutal foul on Torreira, and I think it's worth a yellow card there. I think Sanchez should have seen a yellow card.
Yeah, awaiting this moment. But you know what? But I understand it's a difficult situation for Chile, but I would be a bit, or not a bit, I would be disappointed if I'm Chilean and going to this game and seeing his performance. But yeah,
I think they're also aware of the fact that if they go all heated, all guns in on Uruguay, Uruguay is the last team you want to play on that type of level because they will match you right at it, and
yeah, that's probably true
it
as
will
well.
become
Yeah,
a scrap fest. I think it's actually more beneficial for Chile if this stays more calm, if this stays more patient, right?
no, it
And
may be true, but for me, they're a bit caught in between two minds at the moment.
right.
So yeah,
That's a good win back there. And unfortunately, a foul, which I don't think looked like a foul. But what minute are you on?
I'm now 39:09.
39:09. Okay, so I'm 15 seconds ahead. Okay.
Well, that is the way it is. You know, you're always gonna get it with streams. That's the shame of it. But
Hmm.
yeah. And by the way, for the people watching it right now, first of all, I haven't even said it, but goes without saying, thank you all for being here. And I want to say to you as well that on Friday with the World Cup draw, Alessandro and myself will be live as well, reacting to it. We're not gonna be here for the whole stream from start to finish, but because we all know how this is gonna go. We're gonna see 700 people going to the stage, and then the draw will be there. But we will probably do like 10, 15 minutes before the draw, go live, have a little bit of a chat about who we want, and then we will see the draw, and it's gonna be
I think
exciting, you
I
know.
think it would be great to talk about sort of even after like the groups how they look like,
Yeah,
run a bit of
absolutely.
quick.
I mean, obviously we are obviously completely focused on Uruguay but it's also great to see other groups because the World Cup draw. I mean, it's always a shame that the World Cup draw is 6 months away from the World Cup because it really gets you going, gets you so excited for the World Cup. So yeah, and yeah, Uruguay are in pot two, which is pretty good because there was the fear of being in pot three, which is not really great.
Oh
Um,
no. And Rossi's complaining here of a handball or something. I don't know. What minute are you on? Sorry, again. Can you tell me?
oh no. So I'm now 51. No, but I'm
40.
now watching the incident, and yeah,
Okay.
was a good ball from Verde to be honest. But Suarez on the break.
And I do have a score update. Peru has scored again, so they're up by 2 on Paraguay.
Okay, well, Peru is in clear. That's what I think at least. And yeah, I mean, Peruvian press and Peruvian fans, they were a bit mad.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but was really, you know what, from a journalistic point of view, and was really a shame to see these Peruvian outlets just reporting lies on the front page, just edited photos.
It's purely for to get clicks to get.
Yeah, for sure, you're right, but that's completely right. But I mean,
This play that just passed here with Suarez, I don't know what he's trying to ask Rossi to do. He's asking a lot there from Rossi to come in from behind. I think it's a bit of a poor pass from Suarez, but
yeah,
it's fine.
sometimes I don't know if Suarez is mad, if he's mad on himself or the play. It's pretty
Yeah.
hard to see with him sometimes because he's always moaning. You know, that's the type of player he is, obviously. But yeah, so yeah, so the World Cup, Uruguay is in the pot two, which is quite positive. You know, there were times that Uruguay were in pot one, which obviously is the best one to be in because then you avoid the big guns like France, for example. Obviously, Brazil and Argentina we cannot play
I
because they're South American.
was Uruguay. Were we pot one in the last World Cup? I don't think we were.
No, it's the 2014 one I'm thinking of.
2014, I think we
Yeah,
were a pot one team. 2018, we were a pot two team, but we
yeah.
got lucky because we got Russia
No,
as
you're
the
right.
pot one
No, for
team.
sure. Yeah. So part one for in 2014, and still Uruguay got quite a tough group to be honest. But Yeah. So the possibility is that we will face Qatar because they're in pot one because they're hosts. And Suarez, oh,
Oh,
that was a good save to be honest.
oh my goodness! What a save! Oh, he knows. He knows.
Yeah, it should have been
That
a
could
goal.
have been it.
This, but it
Oh
was a good
my
header.
goodness!
It wasn't a bad header at all.
Here's Medel complaining as usual. What does he want?
Valverde with the delivery
It's a great ball by Valverde. Look at that. That's a great ball.
misses a little bit of
Suarez.
power to be
Yeah,
honest.
that's a great save. There's nothing you can
Yeah,
do about that. The header's great. The save is even better. It's just unlucky. He does well too because he's retracting, and when you're running back as a goalkeeper, that's some of the hardest saves you could make.
yeah, it was a good save. Absolutely. So we Arajo trying to win the header there,
Oh,
but his ball he doesn't connect properly. So yeah, in the World Cup we will see who. I mean, we can always speculate. You can look at the pots because they're almost filled in. I think we are waiting the games of tomorrow in the North and Central America.
and we're also
But
waiting
then
for
yeah,
Oceania, Solomon Islands, big
yeah.
underdog story. They're going to be playing against New Zealand, so we'll wait. I would expect New Zealand to win that.
No, I would as well. I mean, I mean, and then New Zealand will play against the CONCACAF, or New Zealand or Solomon Islands will play against the CONCACAF team. So that
Mhm.
will be interesting to see. Valverde once again with a bad ball, but a good run was preceded this ball, or it's a corner kick, or it's not. I'm not sure. I wasn't
Well, that's
really.
deflected. That's a corner.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So Uruguay, in the last few minutes, Uruguay, the better side, are having more of the initiative for sure. And Suarez, I mean Suarez, he can if he scores today and Messi doesn't, he will probably end his career as the all-time top scorer in the South American qualifiers.
That's right.
Because
That's actually a very good point to make because
yeah,
this is really it. This is because
yeah,
Messi, and
and
Suarez are
Suarez,
coming to the end.
and it's ooh,
Oh, that's almost
corner
that's
kicks. That's one of the big improvements on the Alonso. We have to say, set pieces. Uruguay, although we have a lot of firepower, looked quite toothless in the set pieces. And Rochette with a bad kick out.
that's poor from Rochette. Yeah,
Yeah.
I paused my stream, so I'm actually I think seconds away from you. We're very
Oh,
close.
that's yeah. Thanks. No, that's the best probably. Yeah, but the thing is, sometimes they lack, and then you are behind again. So
Yeah,
that's always
no.
difficult, but it's good to do. Yeah, for sure. Um,
Isla's another player on Chile who I think's gone under the radar. His service,
for
he's been
sure.
a good servant for the national team. He's not an outstanding player, but he's sort of their version of Cáceres, I guess. With Cáceres, I take
Yeah, and I
any day
think
of the
the
week.
one
But
who was I think he's already retired, but Bosashur, also a really good
that's another
wing
one
back.
there.
He was basically.
Yeah,
Um, but Rochette, to be honest, we saw it right now. But that's the thing. One thing for sure, which is worrying me, is his footwork. Um, it's just been poor. Yeah, and Uruguay obviously are not a team that will completely focus on playing from the back, but it's certainly a part of the game under Alonso. So yeah, we will have to see how this will go. But the thing
so
is, yeah,
I'm just looking at the foul that Torreira just made there. What do you think of Torreira's first half?
well, I think Torreira went on the ball. He's distributed it quite well, but he's probably not been able to really get stuck in defensively. Uh, but I think he's done okay. I mean, what was your take on him so far?
I would agree. I think ball distributions he's been good in terms of the tackles. He's missed a few. I think ball winning. He's a classic example of a player who operates in more higher stake levels too.
Yeah,
But
you're
yeah, no. I
probably
hope
right.
I hope he improves in the second half.
Yeah, I hope also to see some of Ugarte today. I would
That
important
would
to
be
see.
nice. That would be nice. Yeah.
So the first half almost finished. 35 seconds to go, and Chile on the right side. Uruguay have been good defensively. I think under all of the games with Alonso in charge, Uruguay haven't. That's a good ball. This, ooh,
That is a great.
yeah.
Oh,
But the Chile goalkeeper who has been sharp and played well so far. But let's What the hell? Guates. I don't know what that was all about. Maybe someone who was injured. I don't know. No, he misheard it completely. Uh, Chile with one last chance. No, it's worked away or not.
Yeah, that's good
That's good
defending by
defending.
Godin. Yeah, we'll see.
But ooh,
That's in a very dangerous area.
yeah.
Wow.
First of all, for Uruguay, I was trying to say that Uruguay under Alonso haven't at at all looked like they were gonna concede many goals. But this was one period where Uruguay were a little bit disorientated, and Chile, if they had a better cross with Isla, could have had a chance. But it's still 0-0 at the break. Well, Alessandro, I think not much to say about the game so far. I think Uruguay had better period. Chile had some good spells, but
The
yeah,
game is even. Uruguay's comfortable. Uruguay doesn't have to extend themselves. We all know that. It's been one of those type of performances. For Chile, you would expect a little bit more, especially the circumstances at hand, especially how Peru's up to nothing. You expect more desperation from them, but they're coming against a team that's well drilled and a team that's well drilled and also with no pressure on their back. Makes the You play a lot more easier with no pressure, right? So
absolutely. I mean, some people do at least. Yeah, I mean, Uruguay. I mean, Uruguay had some good spells, but like you say, probably cutting edge missing a little bit. I think in the last few minutes we saw more of this with Valverde trying to get some balls into good areas and also other players. But it's been a decent half. I wouldn't say good, but a decent half so far.
we'll see what changes are made in the second half. I would like to see some new faces at this point. And judging by the first half performance, it doesn't. It almost plays like a bit of like an international friendly, to be
Yeah,
honest, which is
it
kind of
seems
crazy
like
to
it,
think. Yeah,
but
but
it shouldn't be. It seems like it, but it's a bit of a bad reflection for Chile for sure.
yeah. And we'll have a let's take a look at some of the other scores here. And Colombia have scored.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
interesting as well. They're going to
yeah,
need a huge favor from Paraguay.
yeah. Some one day I think not gonna get, but we will see.
And even Chile, I mean, Peru look in complete control against Paraguay. I can't see them giving up a two goal lead, especially against a Paraguay that has nothing to play for.
No, that's the thing, you know. If Paraguay had something to play for, who knows? But Paraguay, I mean, they surprised me last week against Ecuador, but
I
I
think that
cannot
was
keep
more
back on them.
Ecuador coming in with just they were unlucky. I get there was an own goal there and a couple bounces and decisions, but Ecuador were also very poor.
No, Ecuador probably a little bit on the beach, to be honest.
Oh,
I
true.
mean, already qualified, and they play now, obviously, at home against Argentina. But for them, it's been a huge success. So even though these two games probably looks like we're losing against Argentina, will not be will not be brilliant, but I think Ecuador will be an interesting team in Qatar. So I was about to say South Africa, but
I
that would be
wish.
yeah. I would prefer to go back to South Africa than to go to Qatar, but it's the way it is.
Even watching the documentary Tres Millones, uh, you really get a feel of how warm all teams were welcomed in South Africa. How nice the people were, the hotel workers,
Yeah,
the staff, the bus driver. I love that's why I love that documentary for as much as it covers such a great run that what it was on the field. Some of the off field aspects, seeing the team interact with the locals. Suarez interacting with some of the locals, especially because it's so interesting because Suarez is at a point in his career where he's not there yet. You know
no,
what I mean? And so
yeah.
the way people treat him, and it's just a lovely documentary all around, and it had made me appreciate the South Africa hosting a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, I love this World Cup, and for there's also been a lot of critique by hosting it over there back then, and for South Africa, maybe probably the argument they always trying to spin is that they are going to help football bring another level and help the economy. for the country, which can be the case obviously for Germany. For Germany, 2006 was a huge success. The World Cup, also from the economic side, but yeah,
It,
unfortunately now with Russia and now Qatar, we're just losing the aim of having it somewhere where football is loved and really.
the Germans, well, the Germans are some of the best administrators in the world, so
Yeah,
that doesn't surprise me. But at the same time, I recognize that Germany already had the
infrastructure.
existing infrastructure and the
Yeah,
stadiums to host a World Cup like that. South Africa built a lot of stadiums from the ground up, a lot of stadiums which today are not even used
no,
fully. The
yeah,
same case can be said in Brazil. So it's a bit reckless, but at the same time, you could fault FIFA because FIFA, with the money they have, needs to be supporting these countries a lot more, and as well needs sometimes could lower the standards they have to officially qualify a stadium to become a FIFA stadium. Some of those standards are a little bit ridiculous. I know there was talk of Canada. I'm situated in Canada. Canada's hosting the World Cup in 2026. There are some really, really, really like impressive stadiums in Canada. One in Vancouver, one in Toronto, that will not qualify as sort of FIFA, registered stadiums because FIFA wants a certain type of stadium for a knockout game with a certain type of capacity. And I think
yeah.
that's a little bit unfair to ask of, especially if you're a country like South Africa.
No, the point you make about the stadiums just being not used anymore at all, absolutely fair point, and that's a shame. But yeah, FIFA is obviously they're not looking at these type of things. They're looking to make a lot of money, and then they will be off to another money making exercise. That's a shame. I mean, the fact Brazil. I mean, I remember in Brazil there were also a lot of protests and also stadiums not being completely used, but obviously they are being used because Brazil is a football mad country. But Brazil, the fact that it was brilliant in Brazil is because Brazil is footballing home, this football mad country, and that's the thing. That is one of the main criteria I would believe has to be the case for a country to be really in love with football and have this footballing culture, and also, like you say, the infrastructure. I mean, you can obviously build a stadium for a World Cup, but you shouldn't build everything from the ground up. And you can obviously have the point that this generates work and jobs, but we all know how this is gone in Qatar. That's a really different story, obviously. But yeah, it's just a shame to see how it's gone. But okay, I'm gonna ask you people over here in the chat, what was your opinion of the first half? Any changes you would make? Any performance, individual or the complete performance, which you particularly liked? I'm interested to hear. Gonna have a look at Twitter for some thoughts. I will read them out as well because I think it's okay to bring in. Okay, Miguel La Rosa says Rossi out at half, horrible. No movement to give my bent to corruption several times. Also, just straight up unable to maintain possession. Everyone else on the field is plugged in, though I like it. Okay, not a fan of Rossi so far. Martin Da Cruz says De La Cruz so uncomfortable on the right. Don't know why Alonso didn't swap him and Rossi more. Interesting point. That didn't really register with me so much, but could for sure be the case. And Gabriel says when we need to be more efficient with our chances and better in possession. Yeah, I think we have to be more forceful in possession for sure. I think it's a point we brought up as well. Um, and another Gabriel says Fina playing himself out of World Cup consideration. Okay. Any thoughts on these comments? What do you think about Rossi or Fina? Any thoughts about them?
I'll address Rossi first. I think it's a little bit hard on Rossi considering it's his debut. He's being
Yeah,
thrown into
I agree.
a team against Chile. I understand some of his movement wasn't the best, but also at the same time, there hasn't been much for him to work with, right? Especially Rossi's a player that likes to run in behind and sort of charge. There hasn't been many opportunities for him to do that. With the Vina thing, I do agree. Vina, sometimes he has these sort of tactical lapses in concentration where he's sort of caught out of position. In Roma, when I watched him in Roma a few months ago, I'm not sure if Roma's using the same tactical scheme now, but they played with the sort of the wing back system. That's fine.
Yeah,
You can get away with that a little bit more as a wing back system. But when you're in a back four, you need to be a lot more disciplined. Oliveira's a lot more disciplined. As well as a much more of a physical threat, so he can shut down pacey wingers a lot more effectively. But I do agree. Vina, it'd be interesting to see what's going to happen with him, but I would at this moment project him to be sort of the substitute left back for the upcoming World Cup.
Yeah, it's looking like it. Absolutely. Yeah, we will see how we will develop. Will be interesting. Miqua Lopez, hi from Lisbon, Portugal. Good to see you here, man. Obviously, also a question about Coates. What about Coates? I think he was quiet. He had one moment where he hoofed it out of play, which was a bit uncontrolled. But overall, I think he's done okay so far. Marking tight. I think it's really good to see Coates playing anyway. I mean, Miguel, you will probably be a Lisbon fan or Lisbon, Sporting the Club Portugal, Sporting Club de Portugal. You will probably hate me if I'm saying Sporting Lisbon because there's not how to pronounce it. Um, and you'll be happy to see him play because I mean, a lot
Coates
of
has had a typical Coates half.
yeah. But for I mean for Sporting, I watch a bit of Sporting sometimes. He's done so well, obviously, and also a lot of people don't understand in Portugal why he's not playing over the likes of Godin. So they will be happy to see.
He's immense when he plays in Portugal, and he
Yeah,
benefits because of the system is suited to him so well because he really just sits in that back three. He has two more mobile center backs alongside of him. He just really cleans it up back there, aerially, like a header, towering presence, and physically as well, right? And he doesn't get caught out for pace because he, like I said, he's in the middle of that back three, so he's got support on either side of him. But that's not to take away from Coates at all. But I'm just recognizing that there's different pros and cons to playing in the middle of a back three and also in a back four as well.
no, you're probably right. I mean, he's right at home there, so that's brilliant to see. For Uruguay, yeah, it's obviously going to be he's probably have to adapt, but he's just unlucky. I think Coates with the generation which he's been playing in, and also with the players coming up now.
He's won a Copa America with Uruguay. He was the starting center back in that tournament. So
Best young player as well, yeah.
best young player as well in the tournament, beating out Neymar. Neymar was projected to win that award, odds on the
Yeah.
bookies' favorite, and here comes this random kid nobody's heard of from Nacional,
No.
Coates, with this haircut back then as well too. I mean, who would have thought?
So no, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, I do always forget it, to be honest, that he just won the young player of the tournament award. That's just crazy. Um, Nicolas Hernandez Vidal, good to see you here once again, man. I'm liking it so far. So disappointed that Cavani had to go out. Yeah, I think we all are. Hoping Suarez can get himself a goal and that Messi doesn't. Yeah, that would be nice, to be honest. Would really be nice. Let's see. Deacon says we are playing it chill, and I don't like that though. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a bit of
I think a lot of people are kind of pumped up from that TikTok that was going around from Alonso saying that there is no friendly for Uruguay. Every game we go and compete, and we're going to go compete hard.
yeah. Yeah, I don't think. I mean, playing it chill. I think we have done okay. That's the thing, But yeah, I mean, Chile have to come. Chile they have to want it, obviously. And at the moment, they will probably see the scores at halftime, and they see Peru 2-0 up. I don't know what's going to happen in the second half because if you are Chile, discourages you a little bit, I think. But yeah, we will see. Look at the Lions says need Luis Brace in second half, having him finish his qualifiers as all-time top scorer with record 30 goals is what he deserves. We would all love it, but being realistic, I don't think. Maybe he gets one goal. Who knows? But Suarez, like Cavani as well, he is not in his best shape, obviously, and also with the lack of continuity at Atletico, hurting him a little bit. But he looked sharp, to be honest, in the 20 or 30 minutes when he came on. Almost scored a goal with the header, getting himself in positions. He is certainly looking better than he did against Peru. So let's see. Andres B. Manureta naming a lot of strikers he would have preferred to see. Yeah,
It's hard on Suarez, but there is a sentiment, there is a legitimate sentimental reason to be playing players like Suarez and Cavani and Cáceres and Godin and Muslera in a game like this, the last ever qualifier that they're probably going to participate in. We're already qualified. What they've given to the national team merits, or I think, in my opinion, deserves for them to sort of have, to leave out on their own terms, especially their contributions in the 2010, 14, and 18 qualifications.
no, you're probably right. I mean, and I think there are a lot of people who will agree with you on that, and I think that's okay for me. I'm not against him or Cáceres coming in, for example, in the second half. Absolutely not. Hopefully, then we will see the turnover then after these qualifiers. Let's hope this will be the case because that is what we need anyway, in my opinion.
And he's named. I mean, you've named Andres has named Maxi Gomez and Pereiro, two players who are good, but I would not have them starting for Uruguay over Suarez, in my opinion.
No, me neither, and me neither, to be honest. Yeah, no, I'm completely right. I'm completely agree with you on this one. I'm trying to work out my stream once again because it's playing up. Because Uruguay, let's have a look. Not started yet. So halftime scores, just to go through them once again. Bolivia losing 2-0 at home to Brazil. Chile and Uruguay all level, no goal scored yet. Argentina winning 1-0 away in Quito against Ecuador. Peru leading 2-0 against Paraguay. And as it stands right now, they're into the fifth place. Gonna have a playoff game against, I think it's Australia or Iraq or Iran. It's probably between these teams, but this will be clear in the coming days. And the last game,
I would think it's against Australia, in my opinion, but
yeah, I think Australia. So the number 3 of each groups, they have to play each other,
Yeah.
and then the winner of this will get okay. And then Venezuela and Colombia is 1-0 to Colombia, but Colombia winning or Chile potentially winning doesn't really matter. If Peru keeps their lead against Paraguay, Peru will be in fifth place. So yeah, just to make this clear. Uruguay and Chile are about to kick off once again.
yeah, I have that too.
Guden is actually sitting next to a Lasarta I'm seeing now right now.
Yes, I do. I see that. That's on my screen.
Yeah.
I laugh every time somebody mentions Iguodin because he was one of those players who was not very skillful at all. I mean, he played in Spain. He played on Villarreal for a bit, but it was just funny because every time he came on for Uruguay, he would find a way to score, and then he would have he would perform a very dramatic celebration every time he scored. He scored that header against Colombia in a 1-0 away win in the lead up to South Africa. Very dramatic celebration. Scored again against Colombia at home. Very dramatic celebration. Scored again against Peru at home in 2012 and in the 2014 qualifiers. His last goal for Uruguay, I think one of his last appearances for Uruguay as well. Very dramatic celebration again. So very dramatic player overall.
Yeah, but he was one of the squad players that was probably what you hear, really good guy to have around. One of the group, really one of the group. Yeah, probably like not the same, but maybe a bit similar to Vecino on this aspect. Not the same, but yeah, I'm trying to have some comparison. But okay.
That's an interesting start from Chile. Let's see. They've crossed in. Get that out of there. There we go. Good. Yeah, Chile already look like they've got a lot more intent.
Yeah.
What minute are you on?
I'm now 46 and 11.
Okay. I'll refresh then. I was a little bit behind.
So let's have a look through some comments again. Yeah, Andres. Yeah, I mean Suarez's knees obviously they are rotten. Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I'm not sure. 10 years. 10 years would be.
No, that's not true. Obviously,
2012.
It all started after this operation in 2014. But then obviously he did some brilliant stuff with Barcelona, but then just gradually deteriorated, which is a shame. But yeah. Underdog, good to see you here, man. Wish I could multitask, watch this and the game at the same time. Saludos. Hope we have a good second half. Vamos Uruguay. Yeah, let's hope so, man. Let's hope we can get the win and see Chileans on the ground at full time. But no. But let's see. Let's have a look. Bern Roddy, probably talking about Egura. I mean, Egura, he has had a good career. Let's because I'm not sure how many games he played for Uruguay, but certainly a lot of games. So brilliant career to look back on. And Egura, I'm not sure if he is trying to go this way, but if he wants to be a manager, like his first team manager, it will be interesting because Uruguay at this moment in time have a lot of young managers from the manager perspective, but players that have retired in the last 10 years coming through. This will be interesting to see because for them there will be more opportunities in Europe because they've played in Europe. That's just how it works, you know. For Egure, because he's played for Villarreal or played in Spain, obviously we'll have connections. So yeah. Andres Satriano, remember this? Satriano, absolutely really good young player, but we have to deal with right now. And this is Rossi. Ooh,
Just close.
that was really close. Rossi is finding some good runs into the box, you know, from the wide position. Because obviously for LAFC, he has played centrally a lot. Ooh, Bentancur with a bad ball after a good recuperation of Torreira. And now it's Chile. But Arajo, sharp as a knife.
That's great defending, honestly.
Yeah, really good one. This, okay. Chile ball, apparently. Um, okay, let's have a look. So I'm trying to get some stats on here, or at least read some stats so far. So Chile slightly dominating possession for 53 to 47. 10 shots from Uruguay to the 5 of Chile. Um, Pretty much overall pretty balanced, you know, in the other stats, I would say. So yeah.
There's statistics that read like international friendly. I mean, not a lot's happened so far, but
No,
I think things are gonna light up after an hour when things really start to set in and the desperation in Chile starts to kick in.
probably because I mean, even though they will not get through, they want to give something to the fans, obviously, because it's been an underwhelming campaign for them so far overall. Arajo with a bombing run on the right wing and a back heel, which is getting and it's intercepted. But okay, decent play by Chile.
Well, my stream just went out for a second. What minute are you on? I'm on
51:07.
51:07. Okay.
So quite a bit of pressure from Uruguay, but Chile clear it. And Godin, come on, Diego. It was unnecessary lost possession. So Chile certainly coming into the second half with some more intent. And also with some decent football, to be completely honest. And now they have some space.
That's
Ben
a
Berreton Diaz, but
that's
it's
a poor
wide.
shot. Yeah, that's a poor
Yeah.
shot.
Fingers with him. He's done really well for Chile so far, absolutely. But still, he's playing for the championship, doing well, but he's obviously not the level of player which brings you to the World Cup, I would say. Um, but yeah, he's done well, to be honest. Let's get that right, because he also scored, I think he scored some important goals in the Copa. I mean, obviously Chile didn't go that far, but he still scored some.
It got the fan base very excited and energetic
Yeah,
over
absolutely.
his inclusion. But at the end of the day, he's no more than a championship
No,
striker.
but I mean, it's obviously not about marketing, but from a marketing sense, he's a brilliant type of player for them, obviously.
Hmm.
So yeah, now Uruguay on the attack. And De La Cruz, a wild shot. Suarez not too happy with it, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, De La Cruz is somebody, he has to find a move. He has to find a move to Europe. He has been, because of the pandemic, it's been unlucky for him. But no, in a normal world, or I mean, in a normal financial situation in football, he would have gone after the Copa in 2021 because he was really good in this tournament. But yeah.
I would also say, and you could say the same thing about the Arrascaeta as well, right? So,
Oh yeah, but I think with Deloscat is different because I think he is at home there at this moment in time,
mhm.
and also Flamengo probably want to have 30, 35 million at least, and he's earning. That's the thing as well, you know. If you play for a big club in Brazil, you can earn quite a lot of money.
Well, Brazil is the wealthiest league in South
Yeah,
America, and they have the most. And now that's showing. That difference is showing. Their dominance in the Libertadores lately has been astounding. Right, the gap is just widening. It's concerning a little bit. It's almost becoming a Brazilian team tournament.
no, yeah. The last few years really is. Yeah, to be honest, River Plate is probably the only one who can give some, something back. It's a shame to be honest, but I mean, I remember
That's
I
good
think it's
defending from Godin, right there.
yeah. Yeah, he's looking more composed as well. To be honest, I
Yeah,
mean, he just had sometimes he has these clearances or these long passes, which are I don't like them, but defensively he's looked decent. To be honest, under Alonso, apart from a few minor mistakes. But yeah, this is sort of shit. Ooh,
he's there injured as well.
yeah, Chile player coming to the to the side of him over here. Yeah, but yeah.
There's nothing really there. That's a bad landing more than anything.
Yeah, you're right. Vidal, for a change, doesn't do anything wrong over here. But yeah, not just America, but the whole region, I'd say, that did a great game against Liverpool, I remember.
Are we talking about Brazilian clubs? Because in that case, you're referring to the 2006 Club World Cup final where Sao Paulo beat Liverpool 1-0, and
Yeah,
Diego Lugano obviously
well, and
posts a lot about that.
maybe, that's very really true. And maybe also talking, I'm not sure, by the way, but Flamengo in 2019 gave a good game. I know they lost, but I mean, Palmeiras obviously against Chelsea also this year. Um, also
Oh,
gave a good game.
Flamengo against Flamengo brought Liverpool to
Yeah,
extra time, and funny enough, Firmino was the player to score the winning goal. But that was a tough game for Liverpool. I do remember that, being a Liverpool fan and watching it. Corinthians, I think, is the last non-European winner of the Club World Cup in 2012, and they beat Chelsea.
under Tite, right? I think it's under
Yep,
Tite.
it is.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they have some plans about the FIFA Club World Cup, remodeling it, making it more of a interesting tournament, but it's just devaluated. Just
Yeah.
simply because of the economical disparity among the continents or between the continents. So yeah, that's just the way it is. Nothing to change about it, to be honest. Unfortunately. Um, so Uruguay having the possession right now. Chile,
Long clearance.
uh,
That's a
Rochette,
poor touch from Bentancur.
yeah. Bentancur, you can, for him, you were talking about it with some players or some teams. If the pressure is off, it's not they are playing a little bit less.
Mhm.
Bentancur is a player. If the pressure is low, um, if the need or the urgency is low, then you can sometimes really see it with him. But yeah, but take nothing away from Bentancur this campaign because he's probably been one of our best players in this qualifying campaign. So let's have a look at the scores. I'm not, maybe you're keeping a track as well, but
I'm just taking a look as well. Yeah.
nothing changed yet. So yeah. By the way, New Zealand. So will be interesting. I think New Zealand. I remember their run, or not their run, but their 2010 appearance. Did they beat Italy or draw? I'm not
They
sure.
they were the only unbeaten team of all 32 teams in that tournament
Yeah,
because they
three draws,
drew
right?
all three games. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, didn't beat Italy then. Yeah, okay. But I remember, yeah, probably it's just different to have them in the World Cup. But it's also nice, to be honest. These different. Ooh, Berton Diaz with a good chance, but bad shot. Um, but no, that's the funny thing about it. I mean, not North Macedonia, Portugal are there, and to be honest, I wasn't expect North Macedonia to beat Italy and Portugal, but would be pretty brilliant to see. To be honest,
Well,
team like this.
that's the beauty of the World Cup, right? You have, countries that the
Absolutely.
average person's never heard of, different cultures, different footballing traditions, and it's just such a great celebration and chance to bring everything together. Honestly, I mean, look at Tahiti in the 2013 Confederations Cup; they got
Yeah,
slaughtered, but they'll be known for their goal celebration against Nigeria, where they lost the game 6-1.
yeah,
But for them to even score a goal was amazing. I remember before they played Uruguay, they were going to Tavares and they were going to the staff and they were giving them each a necklace, like from the homeland, and
yeah.
that's what I love about the World Cup. To be honest, is bringing together things like that.
Okay, yeah. While you're talking, I saw Araujo going down as well.
Yeah, let's hope
Another
this is.
battle for the ball, but Araujo,
I would take him out. Just precautionary right
yeah,
away.
no need to
No need to
risk
risk at
anything.
all. Yeah,
I
no.
think it's to do with his arm, um, and he obviously his hand is. He had an injury a few weeks back. Still has this bandage on, but yeah, let's have a look.
Yeah, he's just
So
landed on his hand. I think that's what it is.
yeah, I do think so as
Yeah,
well. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
No, yes, I think even though he's all right now, there's no need to really. I mean, it's also a good opportunity to get Damian on the pitch, for example, or maybe do something different. But yeah, but it seems well, he has to go out, right? I think he has to go out
He
first.
has to
But
leave first. Yeah, I'm
yeah,
not sure if he's going to continue playing, but we'll have to see.
um, so yeah, Burn Rowdy. No, talking about the unbeaten run. Yeah, you're right. I think Spain lost the first game against Switzerland, right?
Spain lost the first game against Switzerland. Fernandez on Switzerland scored the goal, and Spain were shocked. And coming off the Euro Cup win in 2008, that was
Yeah.
that was
I mean, that's also the thing. You're talking now about the one who the guy who scored. That's probably you're the same as me. Well, you probably just proven it just then. These memories about this, really, these memories that don't really matter in terms of the one who scores the goal there or there, just sticks into your mind because this is for me the first World Cup which I followed really narrow, really closely. In 2006 World Cup, I think I was 8 or 9. So obviously you follow it, but you were just a kid, but then you're 13, 14, so you're more aware. So yeah, amazing to follow these tournaments.
No, I agree completely. I probably said this somewhere else, or I'm not going to go into too much, but the 2010 World Cup was life changing for me and what for LAN and what Uruguay. Basically, I didn't like football at all before that tournament. Actually hated it. I used to be dragged to my games, and that completely changed my life, honestly. But I used to walk around with after that World Cup, I bought a huge book, I think about this thick, of World Cup statistics, stats, trivia. I would read it every day at school. I would walk around with at school making notes, seeing where Uruguay would participate. And they even had all the qualification results all the way back from 1930, which was amazing. So if anybody knows how I know all these little stupid little facts, is probably because that and the Uruguay stuff. I remember when I was 12 and 11 years old around the Copa America, I was so obsessed with the national team that I actually went to the local library in my town and printed 120 pages. I remember paying like $15 for it. 120 pages of all the fixtures and results Uruguay has ever played and the tournament and why they played. And I remember just reading it at night in bed and making little notes. Oh man,
I mean, that's great to hear. That's beautiful, right?
to be a kid and be in love with La Celeste
Yeah.
is beautiful, man.
I mean, it's never always it stays like this, but the purity of when you're like growing up a kid and falling in love with football. I mean, that's just brilliant. Yeah. Rossi also now down injured. Chile,
No,
Chile,
nobody wants to play.
Chile is thinking we're not going to go into World Cup, but we're going to take some of you out.
Well,
So, yeah.
the truth is that you have a team who's tackling like a training session and a team that's tackling in a do or die game, and obviously that difference is going to result in some injuries.
No, absolutely. I mean, let's see where it ends. I mean, probably Uruguay is going to retaliate. I mean, that's the way Uruguay normally deal. So,
and there it is. That's a good substitution.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people will be happy.
Love to see De La Cruz, by the way. I didn't think he had a brilliant game or anything, but it's just good to see him play. And I mean, playing for your national team in these type of games also is really important when it comes to your transfer value. Not the fact that it goes up, but clubs will be more aware of you when you play for your national team, I'm sure. So yeah, he needs to find a move somewhere. I mean, there will be clubs interested for sure.
I agree.
Because he's not gonna develop further. I think this Bentancur. This is classic Bentancur, by the way. And this is yellow. No,
it is. I think I would agree. It's a yellow card.
I think it is yellow, but I think probably
hard.
You could have been a yellow for another. But okay, no. Bentancur, the master of yellow cards.
Yeah, that's a yellow card. I'm not gonna.
No, it is a yellow card, to be honest. Yeah, but I think that. Montesinos think so as well, I think. Okay. Burn Roddy says, that's amazing. My most prized possession is my dad's 1970 World Cup album. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, that's the beauty of the World Cup as well. These tournaments.
That's a really bad pass there up front. Sorry, I had to say that.
No, that's okay. No, I saw it as well, indeed. Yeah. Arajo. Okay. That's stopping the
no, but that's amazing to hear. It's those little things that get passed on generationally that stick with you for the longest time, right? I remember for the 2010 World Cup, the only reason Uruguay had to play France in the first game, I used it as an excuse to get out of school and go home and play video games. I got home and my father said, "You're here to watch Uruguay. You're not here to play video games." And I said, "Okay, fine. I'll give it a try." And the rest is history.
No, I remember you saying this, but indeed in a podcast or the Spotify, which we did, yeah. No, brilliant. You know, that's good on your dad, by the way. So,
yeah,
that's a good ball from Chile. Rochette, quick off his line. That's good goalkeeping. So yeah, 65 minutes gone, still all square, no goal scored, no big chances. Also this half so far.
And I see the comment actually above about Switzerland, just really quickly. No, Switzerland becoming a plucky team after that World Cup. It's true, and it's funny because they didn't even make it out of the group.
No,
it was Chile that did. So
that's true. Yeah. Imagine that
beating the world champion,
and then I think Honduras was the other team. If I'm not wrong.
Honduras was the other team. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, no, that's crazy, you know. And Switzerland, I think they are in the World Cup this time around as well, by the way, I'm sure. Will be interesting, right? I think they did. I don't know if you watched this game in the Euros, France-Switzerland. That was a crazy game. One of the best games I've seen this year, for sure, or this last 2 years or anything. And they won on penalties, I think it was, right? Yeah. So let's see. I mean,
I think Rossi is due a substitution. I think at this point, a few misplaced passes, misplaced tackles.
Yeah, and also think Facundo Torres probably deserves some run out or minutes. Maybe Darwin, I think.
I was surprised you didn't say Darwin Nunez first.
Yeah, I was thinking more of a winger, and Darwin can play on the wing, obviously. But I think Darwin, you know what? I understand. We were talking about it, about that this is probably the last opportunity, one of the last opportunities for these players, these big players of the past and also of now, to play. But Darwin will feel really hard. I don't think he will feel hard done, but I will think I'm coming here as one of the top goal scorers in Europe. You know, if you look purely on the goals, not based on the. Well, obviously, Premier League is better than the Portuguese league, but he scored many goals, scoring against Chile with a good opportunity.
But you know, it's okay. Keep him hidden. Keep him hidden. He'll be one of the. He'll blow up in the World Cup.
Yeah.
No, all joking aside. you would want. I personally would like to see him get more minutes with Suarez, especially if we're going to try and have that combination for the World Cup. I think they need more time to work out that kind of chemistry.
I would have preferred, yeah, for sure. I would have preferred Darwin to come on for Cavani, to be honest.
Yeah, that would have been a big statement, but
And then Suarez coming on probably after 70 minutes or something, 65 minutes.
Suarez was going to come on regardless.
Yes, for sure, absolutely. But yeah, okay. So let's have a look at the other scores. So Brazil 3-0 at this moment. Bolivia height advantage not working out.
And that's a foul there. Hopefully, not a card. And it's in a dangerous spot for Chile as well.
Yeah, I think it was Torreira, right? With the foul.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's just missed the
yeah.
ball there. That's okay. That's fine. I swear to everybody, I'm not. You should see me when it matters because I'm calm now. But
No, the same with me. I remember the goal. The Watchalong is fine to do right now, but I wouldn't. The Watchalong probably for the games when it matters, we will probably not do it. Because you want to live this game just going everywhere in your house. If a goal was scored, and I remember the goal against Peru. I was going mad, and I
yeah,
couldn't scream because my brother and my father is sleeping upstairs. But so, but yeah, I don't know. It's calm now, luckily. But yeah, but Chile is growing into this game. I would say, by the way, um, which is normal. They want to get a result there, even though it doesn't give them qualification. But yeah. That's a good steal from Vina, but the control is really bad. Bentancur, that's good. Yeah, this looks promising. Torreira,
let's see.
that's a foul as well.
Yeah,
The game really being slowed down constantly by fouling, to be honest.
and where everybody struggled playing away to Bolivia, Brazil just goes there and makes it look so easy.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, oh no, sorry. I thought I saw something here. The problem is that the qualifiers, I would say, lasted an eternity. Back
Oh,
when it's
oh,
Torreira.
oh! That was a great opportunity.
Let's have a look. Bentancur with a good ball to Suarez. Suarez with a good ball to Torreira. And it's a good challenge, by the way, from the Chile player.
Yeah, no, that's actually really good defending. Wow,
Yeah,
I didn't.
that
I
is
thought it was a bad finish. It was a good pass from Suarez.
for sure. Really good move. Bentancur,
Yeah,
really good. Suarez, good. Torreira, for Fiorentina, he scored some goals, I think it's 4, but in the last few weeks he scored 2, I'm sure. So he knows to get into the positions, yeah. But Bern Roddy says back when it began, it was his debut season. Talking about Darwin Nunez, I think. That's right. Yeah, absolutely. That's right. And you know what? The qualifying campaign where he can really become the main man of Uruguay up front is obviously the next one. And now Uruguay with Rossi and Araujo. Whoa. Asking for handball here.
there are a few hands there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Rochette back in possession now.
And
But no,
Peru
you're right.
is still winning, right?
Sorry?
Peru is still winning, right?
I would imagine so. I think
Yeah,
so,
two
yeah.
nothing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and good on them, Uh, bad start to the qualifiers, but really, yeah, has done well in recent games. But no, Ben Roddy, on your point, yeah, this qualifiers has lasted as always a long time, but probably longer because of the COVID, and also not only factually but also probably mentally, it felt longer. But his big, okay, the ref is now checking for VAR on the penalty.
What minute are you on?
72:04.
So, okay, 72:02. So
Okay,
2 seconds.
yeah. But for Darwin, the big qualifying campaign where he can become the main man up front is obviously the 2026 World Cup qualification. So
I
we will
agree,
see.
and that's no
And
penalty there.
no penalty caught. No, indeed.
Here comes Valverde. Oh no! What? Oh,
Benrodi, first time since Brazil wins there, and I think Bolivia, but I don't think so. I think they won last qualifying campaign. I'm sure I remember Jesus scoring there in the last qualifying campaign. I'm gonna check now because
no, they tied 0-0. I think they tied 0-0 in the last qualifying campaign. And Brazil winning there in the Copa America in 1997. Are you referring to a game
oh,
against?
you're right. I
I,
have this image of myself of Jesus scoring there. Okay,
I think you're thinking of the Copa America where he scored against Bolivia, I think. But then to reply to the
that's right.
comment,
But yeah, you're probably right. By the way,
is the 1997 Copa America against? Are you referring to when they played Bolivia in that tournament, or I think they beat Uruguay in the final 3-0 in that tournament as well? So yeah.
could be right. Yeah, and by the way, some substitutions right now.
You're gonna love
Uh,
this.
Ugarte for Torreira,
Yeah.
Maxi Gomez for Diego Rossi, and Diego Rossi or Maxi Gomez for Diego Rossi, and Bentancur goes out, and Damian Suarez comes in. So Maxi Gomez coming in, no Darwin, which I found absolutely astounding to be honest. But so Darwin will not come on. Um,
It's also the case that we know that Darwin Nunez is the guy. You know that he's going to be one of the guys that we're going to rely on. And I
yeah,
think
that's true.
maybe the thinking is that Alonso needs to see more of Maxi Gomez. He understands that the club situation and circumstances aren't favorable for Maxi Gomez. So why not see him for the national team? Because he was favorable with them too. He gave him minutes in the last game too, right? So
Yeah, no, that's right. I mean, he probably does see something in him, but for me, Maxi obviously for me, it's all about the club you play for because sometimes you are a good player but it doesn't click at a certain club. It's
yeah,
no doubt that he can score goals. You know, he's proven it at Celta when he was much younger. So obviously there is some player still there, but for me, I would always, yeah, I would always pick surely based on how a player is playing. By the way, Suarez now or Maxi Gomez, I'm sorry, and Suarez
let's see
looks
this.
is a good ball, and now it's Fina. Oh, that's a bad cross.
Ah,
It's a good move,
that's that poor cross.
but it's
Yeah,
a
no.
really. I think he probably was better off to shoot from there.
Yeah, you'd like to see him take a shot there,
Yeah,
especially no risk.
no, but on Maxi, I think still is a good player. But at this moment in time, with his form, with his team, I wouldn't be surprised or wouldn't be against him not being in the squad at this moment in time. But he's there and he's getting chances, which, yeah, positive maybe for him. But I don't see a long-term future as him as the number 9 in his current state. Um, but we will see. Luckily, we have not a lot of good options coming through, so that's promising. And Bernardi, yes, the '97 Copa America was in Bolivia because they reached the final. Uh, the Copa, they reached the final. The Copa
Yeah,
Bolivia was created. Okay,
that's true.
Uruguay, no, a foul called against Uruguay. Medel going down and Chile in possession. I mean, Chile looked so nervy on the ball, and the all game, to be honest. But
Oh, if Suarez was just a few years younger there, he would have got to that pass. Now, I say that I think 5 or 6 times during a game at least.
no, I get what you're saying because that's the thing. Suarez used to be so brilliant at chasing these balls down or getting these interceptions. This is a good run, and it's a free kick for sure. Yes, it was a good run from Ugarte from the left side.
Oh yeah, that's a foul for sure. Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm going to turn on a little bit of light.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's a bit of a
And
tricky foul there from Vidal.
yeah, and Ugarte really powerful. That's that's the thing. If Ugarte keeps developing like he is right now, Alonso is gonna make You got to make some difficult decisions, also in midfield, not only in attack, but yeah, that's
So
a good
like we said,
ball. Maxi or Coates, I mean, cannot connect properly because it's
I
a
think
really
I think
good
that's a
ball by
corner.
Tarasqueta.
I think that's a corner.
Yes, it is given anyway. Yeah. So Uruguay looking more likely to score than Chile for sure at the moment.
Yeah, we'll have to see. It would be funny if Guates were to score too.
Will be will be something, and he does. He has a tendency to score goals for the Sporting for sure. He's a powerful header of the ball. Not a good delivery.
Oh,
Suarez!
Suarez!
Oh,
Oh, Uruguay
oh,
no va!
Luisito! What a goal! Oh, that is one. That is absolutely.
I love it. Oh, with her.
Come on.
This is great. This is great.
Unbelievable.
Uruguay no va!
Come on, that's brilliant. I mean, yeah, for the people, I cannot imagine it. Not watching it, ball good cross by Asqueta. I think Coates wants to connect. It falls to Suarez in basically no man's land, and he tries the bicycle kick, and we all know how it ends. It's going into the back of the net, and it's a good technique as well. Unsavable, unstoppable. I mean,
That's a wow.
absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And he has got a record now.
That's why he still plays, because he's done nothing all game. But
No, you're right.
in that moment, I don't see anybody else in the squad being able to do that.
No, for sure. I mean, you can never write him off. You can never write him off. That's the thing. And to be honest, I think he was even playing decent, to be honest, in the second half with some good passes, but nowhere near to. You was never expecting this, but with Suarez, you always expect it. You can always expect it. So, and Verratti, very happy.
The technique is beautiful. Que golazo. Oh my God. He connects with it so well.
Yeah. So, Juanpe.
Yeah, you like this one a little bit more because of the connection to
with National Pedro, obviously. Yeah. Unbelievable. And I mentioned it, probably was between the celebrations, but Suarez now as the all-time top scorer on top, one ahead of Messi, and that is no mean feat, you know. If you think about the players that have played in the strikers that have played in South America, even in this round robin format, you know, which was there from 1992, I think. And beating Messi, you know, I mean, come on.
Well, I mean, something else to Suarez's credit is Messi's always been surrounded by a plethora of talent and people who can get him the ball. I mean, Suarez up until pre-2017, I mean, who's getting him the ball besides? I mean, there's a 4-year gap where the people getting the ball to Suarez are Arevalo Rios, Gargano, Tata Gonzalez, Loredo, Ramirez, right? So
that's as well. That is absolutely such a brilliant point.
And let's also remember too the amount of games that he's missed due to suspension.
Yeah, and no, for sure. And I think the point you make is a good point, because Uruguay, for most of his career, has been a team which has not focused on creating a lot of chances for their players. It's been a team pragmatic on the Tavares, with some success, some failures, and to score so many goals like he has, and to compete with players who are playing for national teams who are dominating possession most of the times is absolutely brilliant, you know. And he's now on 68 goals, if I'm not wrong.
I think so, around there, yeah.
And he's equal with Gerd Muller. I have written it down before the game, so I see it now.
Wow,
Gerd Muller. That is just a brilliant statistic, you know. Yeah, no words to describe Suarez, obviously, because brilliant, you know. And Uruguay,
enjoy it while it lasts. We have to enjoy it while it lasts. And I don't want to get all sentimental or sad here, but
No.
we may have just seen the final goal he's ever scored in a qualifier for Uruguay.
Yeah, I do think so. Yeah, I'm not. I don't think he will be because obviously it's 2023 when it starts again. So probably yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, brilliant. I mean, you see the goal right now once again. So let's have a look. I think it's Araujo trying to win the header, then falls to Suarez, and the ball is very close to the goalkeeper, but it's really with good power. I mean,
It's the connection.
yeah,
And Vidal already knows. Look, you can see Vidal's reaction there. He's yeah.
and they are
Wow.
good friends as well. But
Yeah.
no, brilliant. I mean, and let's have a look. 83 minutes played, 7 minutes normal time left to play. Chile, I mean, they already were, but for sure now out of the World Cup. Yeah, and Suarez now on the left side playing Tarasqueta. Yeah,
And
Suarez,
and the
he's loving
assist
it right now
the assist is given to Araujo.
for sure. For real, okay.
Yeah,
That's
that's what
that's a,
I have here.
that's a nice one for him. Bit generous to be honest, but yeah, he will take it. I think.
Hey, an assist is an assist. I mean, don't worry, he'll catch up to Alexander Arnold in the assists numbers soon.
I mean, we will not talk long about it because it's a game of Uruguay. But you're being a Liverpool fan, Mane against Salah. I watched this game. Yeah,
I was giving a presentation at the School of Policy at the university that I was, so I was very busy. But the person that was presenting with is
okay.
Egyptian, so we were there sitting there in the presentation hall with
Uh,
my iPad, just refreshing the game. And
yeah,
I felt so bad for him because I don't think Egypt didn't score. Well, Salah missed and
yeah.
Mane took Senegal to the World Cup. So wow, that's
No,
crazy.
that would be a hard one to take.
Yeah.
In one, I think it's 2 months time, losing African Cup of Nations final, and then this.
Wow, to the same team, and basically, Salah Mane, right? Like, it's just wow.
Yeah. Do you have any preference, Salah or Mane, or bit between choosing between two kids or no?
It's almost like choosing between two kids, to be
Yeah.
honest. But I think Salah, what he's done over time, I think is more than Mane. But you have to also give credit to Mane because he was there from the beginning when Klopp was there, and he was
Yeah.
really he
Absolutely
was
right.
really the one that started it all. But both of them, I think, have made equally important contributions. Salah was like the cherry on top of the whole process. Mane was really the one that started it. He was the
Yeah.
foundation.
Salah's just this reliable goal scorer. Mane probably when he's on form, maybe more sensational footballer, in my opinion at least. But Salah's just
Imagine
relentless.
imagine those two and Suarez in the middle
Yeah,
in 2014.
that is. I mean, a missed opportunity, but yeah. Okay, so 85 minutes played, moving towards 86. Um, yeah, Uruguay looking comfortable. And they have looked comfortable for the most of the game. Chile had some opportunities, but no clear-cut chances. Um, I would say most of the players have played decent. Fina questionable. Bentancur Valverde inconsistent at times. Um, but yeah, who has stood out for you? I can't really. Yeah, Suarez obviously for the goal, but overall,
I can't. It's hard to find one player in particular that was really the standout. Araujo has been very very solid. Valverde as usual. I am having a bit of a hard time thinking of one player in particular. No one has really had a standout performance, but I think as a team, I think it's been very very solid overall. But if I were to give a man of the match so far, I guess I'll give it to Suarez. Not only because it's his last time he's playing for Uruguay in the qualifiers, but because the goal was just a work of magic.
no fair play. And by the way, Uruguay, obviously, if they keep this lead, 4 games in a row, 4 wins, 1 goal against in 4 games. I think was against Venezuela.
Well, it's not like they're playing out of the world stuff. It's
No,
just that
no,
there's just a sense of cohesion, unity, and solidity is back within the team. That's
yeah.
what Alonso's brought. And if we can take those three things and build on it for the World Cup, then just like you said, we're not going there just to participate.
No, that's right. I mean, that was a good quote as well. And it's a difference between if he was talking about we are going to play the 7 games. It's a big difference when we were talking or listening to Tavares a year ago talking about we don't have the obligation to win the Copa America. That's obviously such a huge difference in communication and yeah, beyond what you are saying to your players or what you believe, communication is such a big part of being a manager. So yeah, that was poor.
I don't think it's anything communication. It's the fact that we're Uruguay. We are
Well,
Uruguay. Uruguay does not enter a Copa America to mess around and hold hands and just go through it. Uruguay steps on the field in the Copa America to win the Copa America. That's why we are tied with the most. That's why we have 15.
no, that's completely right. And Tavares obviously more than anyone knows this. This is why just really weird. But okay, Darsketa on the ball right now. 88 minutes played. And Vinya's slipping over. Vinya's been unlucky. It's been bad, but also unlucky, to be honest. Um, yeah. But Chile winning it back. Chile is not. It's not going for them anymore. It's
No,
just
I think they know that, and you can see on Medel's face that I think it's done for them.
yeah.
I think, but they'll always have those 2 Copa Americas to always remember. So good for them. I mean, we have 15, they have 2, but that's
Yeah. I
good.
mean, that's the way it is.
That's good.
They can have it because not. Yeah. It's gonna be a long while before they win anything again. That's just my opinion. Maybe it will come back to bite me where I don't want it to, but I think that's the case. Yeah.
And usually I'm not one to sort of impose or kind of make fun of any teams with lesser, but it's different for me. It's always been different with Chile because they're the ones that bit the hand first. If
Yeah.
that makes sense. They're the ones that kind of push the knife into a little bit, and that's. I mean, they call it a historical rivalry. I don't call it a historical rivalry.
No, no.
Historical
Just
rivalries,
ooh,
Argentina and Argentina only.
this is looking interesting right now,
Yeah.
Damian. And to Faverde.
Oh.
Oh, what a goal. Federico. Come on. And I think it was Juanpe saying that he wants that Faverde screamer today, and he's got it. What a goal.
Wow! Wow!
That is fantastic.
Wow! 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 Wow!
That
That's
is just such a
unbelievable.
clean strike. Absolutely beautiful clean strike. Unbelievable.
Cry a little bit more, Medel. Cry me a river.
And he deserves that as well because not because of this game, but last time, last week or last week on the crossbar. So it's Damian, little bit of luck comes to Valverde and he just hits it first time into the top corner. I mean, that is just crazy.
Oh!
Power and the power in that is just yeah.
Right there, I have an image of the video of Zidane laying them up in training for the one-time
Yeah.
finishes. That's what's come to my mind right now. But what
No,
a
that's
goal!
yeah. Now you say it, I remember this as well. And
Yeah.
I mean, always hitting them brilliantly, and now he's showing it in game as well. And a lot of love in the chat for the goal. Obviously, golazo, El Halcón, sí, yeah, the Hawk, which is his new nickname. Yes, Juanpe, you predicted it, so yeah, brilliant. Burn Ruddy also happy, obviously. Better than Gerard. I mean, Alessandro will disagree with you, I think, but no.
Valverde needs to lift the Champions League and bring his team
Yeah.
from a 3-0 deficit and help
Juanpe,
out.
why do you go there now? I mean,
Don't go there. Don't go there.
just a bit of fun. I know. Mike Jones, Golasso, Suarez, and Verde. They're doing it, 2 brilliant goals. Absolutely brilliant goals. And 2-0 away in Santiago. And my cat here is also going a bit wild. I'm not sure if it's from Verde goal, but and Chile is still supporting me. Fair play to it.
I saw a tweet with Tavares. This game is 0-0.
This one, yeah.
Yeah, I can see it very easily.
Yeah. To be honest, we probably would have conceded already. I think that's the thing. But I mean, that's the way. I really hope Tabares is somewhere watching this or at his home, obviously liking it anyway. But there's no communication of it. By the way, from the I think Reboyo has had one interview. Other than that, no communication yet from the the coaching staff. Maybe one day soon we will see. But
I
that's
think
the way.
it's on purpose. I think it's on purpose.
Yeah, probably also to bit of
Yeah.
respect for the new coaching staff coming in, maybe. But yeah,
And the credit to the fans, they're still cheering.
yeah, I saw it as well. Yeah, that's classy. I mean, yeah, some have gone away, which I understand as well. But yeah, most of them are there and cheering the team on. So yeah, and Maxi Gomez, I think he has looked sharp. I mean, I said that probably he shouldn't be there, but he looks sharp. So fair play to him. And its final whistle has been blown. Um, yeah. Any thoughts you want to give on this, Alessandro? I will just quickly put a tweet out for full time whistle.
This was we're in the World Cup, and it's hard to put into words that considering the situation that we found ourselves in November to be in this kind of situation, this kind of turnaround right now. The more I see Alonso, the more that I am in agreement with the decision to switch coaches
Yeah,
and pull the trigger. This is exactly what this team has needed. I think we identified they identified that this team had completely run out of ideas and needed something fresh and something new, or at least like a spark. And this is the spark, and it's not being led by Suarez, by Cavani, by Godin. Suarez scored a nice goal today, but it came off of Araujo, who scored the golazo Valverde. This is really the generational overturn, and it's being done properly. It's being done well, and seeing, you know, a blend of the new and the old. You see Suarez, you see Valverde. It's perfect, and it makes me so excited for the World Cup as well, because if we can get the right group, doesn't matter the group, anybody,
no,
bring
obviously
it
it
on.
helps. Yeah,
It helps, but bring it on.
no, I completely agree with you. I mean, performance wasn't. You said it in the stream as well. Wasn't out of this world, but it was just solid, cohesive, and two good or brilliant goals win us the game. But it's just there's no reason to be negative or pessimistic about this because we are following a road, and with Alonso with minimal time, with two international breaks, probably 8 or 9 training sessions in totality or in total, and he is making has made some brilliant changes to this team. Any player, I know we talked about it on the stream as well. Any player you want to highlight, maybe for not particularly for being the man of the match, but maybe for another reason. Any player you want to highlight?
Araujo continues to show me how solid he is in right back, and continues to convince me that he should be the starting right back in the World Cup. Because, I mean, whether that means we're going to play Guates and Jimenez in the World Cup, I'm okay with that. But Araujo on the right back, it's a lock. It's a lock that you won't get with any other players, I think. Valverde, once again, sloppy in the first half, picks it up in the second half. Torreira, I wish, did a little bit more better in the game, but I get that's a product of the circumstances and, it not really being a game that really mattered. And Suarez, well, he had the one moment, one Suarez moment, which if you're Luis Suarez, that's usually all you need at this point in his career. Wow, just look, the goal speaks for itself.
No, really true. I'm with you on this one. With Suarez, the goal, brilliant. Valverde, screamer, didn't have his head. He's had better games for Uruguay, but his goal was just brilliant. And the overall, just a good night. We did the Watchalong just to enjoy this game, with little pressure, obviously. And Uruguay have come through, beaten Chile away in Santiago, which is obviously brilliant. 4 wins on a row. World Cup draw on Friday, which Alessandro and I will be live for on here as well. Please subscribe if you're not already, so you can have a notification of this live stream. And you can also follow me on Twitter at Uruguayan Euros and Alessandro at Fina Alessandro won. It's also in the description of the video. I think we're gonna end it here. Already going over 2 hours. It's been enjoyable for sure. Different but enjoyable, obviously.
It's
So
been
Alessandro,
brilliant.
yeah, I want to
So
thank you.
happy.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good to have this run and just enjoy the game. And yeah, that's it. That's what you want as a fan, obviously. So
Thanks for
yeah,
having me on once again. And the last comment I saw here that in 2010 we lost 2-0. If that's true, I thought we tied 0-0, but I didn't actually know that. But it is poetic. It is really poetic that this is sort of how it ends. And yeah,
yeah,
this can't be real. This is we're talking business now, and this is a huge year, not just for your page as well, but for Uruguay. This is going to be a great few months coming up because we got a
yeah.
lot to
Let's hope
talk
so,
about.
man. I mean, all the tools are there, and yeah, we have a good squad, a good group as well. Unity is back. I mean, it's always been there, but it was lost a little bit, and it's back now. So yeah, um, yeah. Thanks to you all for being here. Just wishing to the last comments. Really appreciate you all with your comments, with having this conversation, which is all about, obviously. And yeah, hopefully I see you back on Friday for the World Cup draw when Uruguay will hopefully get a good draw. But hey, when we have a big draw, a tough draw, I will take it anyway because I believe in this team, and that's something which has been recuperated by the brilliant work of the players and obviously Alonso and his coaching staff. So let's end on this note, and we will see you. I will see you. We both will see you in a couple of days for the World Cup draw. Bye bye.